In the game of golf, as much as it is my life, it's what I do. It's only a fraction of who I am. I like to pride myself on doing other things correctly and just being good at golf in the meantime. The fact that it's a pursuit of something that you're never going to master. In golf, you're never going to get there, but that chase is addicting. It is something that I want to pursue and be the best at that I can be, but it isn't my whole life.
I was a golfer, but unfortunately, when I introduced my oldest boy to golf, he didn't think it was a sport. So Ashton took to his brother, so I'm going to play hockey. So he was a goalie. He started playing when he was like 12 and 13, but just casually.
I fell in love with, I think, the individualism of it. Just me and my friends going to the golf course every day in the summer, and even in the winter, we'd find places to hit balls. It was every second that I could was spending on golf.
When I was a senior, we had a freshman from his hometown on my team. That freshman won his first tournament. His name's Craig Ravel. And him and I kind of hit it off. I was the senior, mentoring the young guy. And he developed cancer later that year, and he passed away. Fast forward 10, 12 years, a family that's deeply meaningful to us. He called and said, hey, there's this kid in our hometown who's pretty good. My assistant coach at the time, Dan Ellis, went to watch him in Florida, and I think he played poorly the first day, and Dan said, hey, that's our guy. He's little, he's 5'6", 5'7", I'm like, what do you mean that's our guy? He's like, trust me, this is our guy.
Coach Luban was the first coach to ever reach out to me. I knew I'd come in and be a priority. Just that I know that he always believes in you. Golf's a game of up and downs, but if he can believe in you that early and who you are as a person and a golfer and everything like that, really just drove me to picking Michigan State. Coming into the Michigan State my freshman year, I had some lofty goals, but right from the get-go of school, I felt like I belonged on the team. Our senior, James Pyatt, kind of helped me a lot with that. He kind of showed me the ropes and let me know how hard it was going to be and that you can't slack off a second.
James Pyatt, the U.S. Amateur champion here at Oakmont.
Ash really looked up to James. James was a great guy to Ashton. Took him under his wing.
I remember saying, this is what you can do. So him and James roomed together every week on the road his freshman year, and he just watched. And he has followed James's playbook to a T. He works as hard as him, he studies as hard as him, he's a great teammate, they have the same personality. And to be honest, he's on the same career trajectory that James was at this time. After coming off of freshman of the year, his second year kind of hit some struggles. Gut check time for him. So when he went home, there was a more dedicated, more focused, better plan he had for his summer. They always do it the same. They get a better plan, they get more focused, they start having results, and then the breakthrough comes.
Playing in the Canadian Amateur is an honor. It's all the best Canadians in the world. It's a tournament that you grow up watching, and everyone knows in Canada who won the Canadian Am that year.
The Ontario Am, where he lost, he finished second, and he took it a little hard. So he was hungry. He was hungry going in, and he knew, because of the players that were in Ontario are very competitive. So he knew going to the Canadian, if I play my game, I can stick with these boys.
I knew it was going to be a good week on the first hole. I got a really unlucky break. I had my best friend on the bag. We chipped out sideways after it, and then I hit it to like 30 feet, and I made a 30-footer on the first hole. And we just looked at each other like, wow.
He was in the hunt, and then I could see the twinkle in his eye, like, I got this. I know my son, so when I can read him pretty well on the golf course when he's nervous and when he's got it going. And then his coach sent me a text on 16, and he says, oh, how's your heart rate? And I says, oh, it's racing.
It was his coming out party. Because that last day, he had a 3 or 4 shot lead. That's an incredibly difficult spot to be in, and he grew it.
He piped one on 17. That's good. Now my heart's starting to calm down, and I want Darlene to catch up with me so we can walk down 18 together to see Ash. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
I was lucky enough to have everyone in my life that really supports me there. To share that moment with them and just embrace with them was awesome.
You can't really pigeonhole Ashton into any category. He's adaptable to everything. He's going to be a success as a husband, father, brother, son, friend. He can get along with anybody. That's the kind of people that make Michigan State go. I mean, he's just a dream to coach.